Episode 17, Cosmic Consciousness Pod. John and Sam and Cosmo.
And Cosmo.
On occasion. On occasion.
He's our podcast
Man,
cat.
what a wild time in the world we live in today, huh?
Isn't it?
The price. So the universe blessed me with a rental truck this week because the price of diesel's gone up $2 in the last week.
Yeah.
So it's like giving me a regular gas car now, or like a regular gas truck. So I'm like, well,
how's that experience?
Everything's always happening for a reason. I'm like, damn, why does my truck have to be back in the shop again? But it's like, oh, because diesel's going to increase $2 in 1 week, so we're going to give you a break.
Yeah.
That's what the universe is doing. So I appreciate it.
That's a
always find the good.
That's a growth mindset.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just talking to the children about that. So I have a story that kind of leads into the topic that we're going to talk about.
All right.
Starts mundane, but it's kind of interesting. I ordered groceries the other day, as mothers do. And I added some kind of odd things. I added lemons, which is fairly normal for me. Then I added olive oil, which I normally only buy when I'm definitely out.
Right.
And then I bought sardines.
Oh, okay.
So I've been seeing these things where it's like, sardines are really good for you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And I saw recipes.
Right.
So I decided I would try some. Well, today I had an appointment with Kyle, and I was going to see him for headaches.
Right.
I've had a headache for the last 2 weeks, pretty consistently. And some of the things he told me to do were put lemon and salt in my water.
Okay.
Eat tons of olive oil.
All right.
And sardines. Does that not blow your mind? So
sardines are like packed in protein, though.
Yeah. Protein, really healthy fats, the DHA, all the good things for our bodies. And especially women when it comes to like our hormones and our cycle and things. So all of that to say, it feels like I already knew what he was going to tell me today.
Right.
And that brings us to kind of that quantum entanglement consciousness vibe about like gut feelings or intuition or where we dream about something that happens. So I was thinking, what could that be? And like, how?
Man, there's a lot.
Yeah.
So I've been hearing, like, seeing people talk about like even our own thoughts are not in our body. It's like a Wi-Fi signal that's outside of us that we're like pulling in these thoughts from like the ether.
That's interesting.
And it's like we have our own energy bubble. So it's like our own thoughts are like in this realm that's outside of us that we're drawing from.
Like tuning into a radio station.
Yeah, we're like tuning into, but like they could be coming from anywhere. And then I've been seeing stuff about asteroids having consciousness and like all these things and everything being tied into like everything genuinely seems to be connected.
Right.
All of it.
Right. And
energetically. And a lot of it we can't see, taste, touch, or feel, but we know it's there.
Yeah.
It's like, how does it all connect? How does it all work? That's what is racking my brain.
Yeah. I mean, it brings me to that time when we were messaging about something random and I brought up Singapore. And you were like, what the heck? I just talked to my dad about Singapore.
Yeah.
And it was like this weird moment of like, how did you know?
Yeah.
Or when you sent the message and I opened it as it was sending.
Yeah.
And I just like heard you in my mind. So, I mean, there's lots of studies that are going on with this because a lot of people are becoming more aware, which is so good.
So good.
So good. But when it comes to like what we're connecting to, that's really my curiosity.
Yeah.
What are we connecting to? And when we were talking about this earlier and you had brought up that theory of pre-Big Bang or creation of this universe, there was consciousness.
Yes.
I think that would like blow a lot of things out of the water if we really narrowed in on that.
There's so much. There's like galaxies that are pulling away from us because of this like veil of like plasma, it seems like. That's a new big topic I've been seeing a lot about. Like Dana Kibble's really big on the plasma stuff, and like her books. everything's plasma, which is also like another form of dark energy,
Right.
but it's also within us as well. So it's like
Right.
all this stuff is like, how can certain galaxies be like dipping away from us at fast speeds and other ones are like coming closer to us, all because of this just cosmic layer of energetic whatever it is.
Right.
And then it seems like what we all connect to is what they call source, or this energetic field where all possibilities exist.
Mm-hmm.
Everything happens simultaneously at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no past, present, or future. It's just how we're drawn and how we're like.
I know.
It's so much. It's so much. And that's like, I find myself just sitting alone all the time. And I'm like, man, my brain just goes like, how does all this, like, why, how, when, how many times have I done this?
Yeah.
Like trying to remember. Like I thank myself every morning and my higher self. I'm like, man, thank you for allowing me to remember a little bit more
Oh,
today
that's
than I
nice.
remembered yesterday.
That's nice. That's a
Because I
good.
feel like that's we just all forgot, or we came here and just been like white clean,
100%.
like Men in Black type of thing.
There's a
or
limiter.
it's like boom, we saw it, and then now you don't know anything, and you know some stuff as a kid, but then you forget
Yep.
quickly because we're so distracted.
Yep.
And yeah, I think that's the big thing in like all societies is there's so much money spent to try to disconnect us from realizing what and who we are.
Yeah.
That like the God source energy or that stuff lives within us. And I think all this stuff is designed to distract us from feeling that, getting to that. And I think the people that meditate or have groups of people that are like interested in stuff and they can talk cosmos and just weird stuff with, that's outside of the normal 9 to 5 working day and environment.
Yeah.
That's where people really start to like get the intuition and gut feelings, and somehow it all connects.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah. Well, I think that believing that consciousness is outside of our universe, right? Because we're fairly self-centered. Of course, we're human.
Right.
We live on this planet. We live in this city, in this house even. It's very, very self.
Mine.
Yeah. But when we really expand and think about the universe, Sun to Pluto and beyond, and we know theoretically that there've got to be other universes, right?
Yeah.
So then we bring in where, like how did we get to this one? And who's to say we haven't experienced another one? And who's to say that, like you said, the time thing and the multiple universe or multiple timeline theory, maybe this speaks to all of that and brings all of that together. There are multiple timelines perhaps happening right now where maybe you and I are sitting recording this on a rooftop somewhere.
Yeah.
Or maybe we never even met because I decided not to take breath work or you decided not to take it.
That's a wild thing too. And they're like, there's so many multiple versions of yourself, or like anything that you can think of in your mind. They said anything the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve.
Yeah.
Which is wild to think about. But if a thought comes in, like that's the first step, then it's like, okay, what would that feel like? Boom. Second step. And then you start to like really keep yourself energetically aligned with that person, feel what it would be like to be that person. Now you're no longer separate from that person. You just became that person in your mind. You feel it. So then you lose that feeling of lack or separate or want for it because you just became it. Yeah. And then they said the more you can stay in that realm or that feeling, that alignment, then the universe has no choice but to collapse time and like to synchronize and align. And that's where all the synchronicities and people come in front of you that you're supposed to meet. Opportunities pop up. So just learning how to do that, which is very tough when some people are just stuck in bad habits over and over again, that same day over and over again. It's really hard to like, take the different fork in the road. Instead of just going down the same path all the time. That's where it gets a little out of alignment. You just got to figure out how to get yourself to that point. I think it just starts with also just like really realizing what it is you do want and what you want out of life, what you want your life to look like. Yeah. I think a lot of people just are subscribed to go to school, go to college, get a job, and then that's the life. And then
get married, have kids. Once you have kids, you can't do the things you want, which is not true.
Yeah, you just got to figure out how to navigate that part. You're not number one anymore, so you can't do what you want all the time. You have to like provide, and then once they get grown, you're right back to
yourself.
Yeah, so
it's a stage.
Shoot, very older now, so
yeah,
I've navigated all those waters. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Teaches you a lot too, though, just about everything. But I think that's the key is just like learning, okay, what do I want? What makes me feel good? That's what I've been trying to do myself too, is going back to childhood. Cause they say like when we were a child, before like 6 or 8, we really had a grasp of our path,
Mm-hmm.
our what felt good to us, like
Yep.
what we really wanted to spend our day doing.
Yep.
And then you get distracted, you get to school, you get put in the programs, you get programmed
Yep.
by, parents, surroundings, guidance counselors, whatever, friend groups. And then all of a sudden you kind of lose that, like, man, what was my purpose, or not my purpose, but what felt good to me?
Right.
Like, I don't know. I've gone back to that as a kid. Like, shit, I was outside all the time on the ride bikes. And then it's like, well, shit, you got to figure out a way to navigate
Mm-hmm.
how to like monetize what you want to do.
Yeah.
But I think the people that like are really living life to the fullest are like started something of their own. They're not working the 9 to 5. Most rich people or very
Mm-hmm.
abundant people are either entrepreneurs, salespeople,
Yep.
where there's no cap on what they can earn,
Yeah.
athletes, actors, stuff like that. But I think the normal 9 to 5, you can definitely get rich, but you have to be very
Sure.
disciplined and invest in the right things all the time, from like the minute you get that job to
Right.
probably 20, 30 years down the road. You can have a really good 401k and some investments if you.
And is that rich? Right? Is that
That's what I'm saying,
considered
but you have to
rich?
like give a lot of time,
Yeah.
over 20, 30 years to build that, compounding interest. But
And maybe it's not something you love too, right? Like a
yeah,
9 to 5, sometimes it is. And some people find a career that really suits them and
for
they
sure.
love it. But like you're talking about the typical kind of job to have a job.
Yeah,
Sure, you can move up in this company and do all the things, but it's maybe not fulfilling
right.
when you get to this point of your life, 60s, maybe even your 70s, where, okay, I've made it financially and now I can retire, but then
Yeah.
what?
So you want to do stuff when you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s,
Yeah,
50s.
it's harder to live
Yeah.
if you've put your whole life aside and
Yeah.
waited. That's a common thing I hear is, oh, when I, or
Yeah.
once this,
There's never a
then
right time, man.
never,
Like if you're always waiting for the right time, there will never be a right time.
never, never. Big believer in that. And that goes for everything:
Yeah.
kids, marriage,
If you're
starting the
waiting for the right
business.
feeling, like it's not a feeling, man. It's an
Nope.
action.
Yep. That's like, I don't feel like going to the gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, like no one begins with I feel like doing
Right.
this. You've got to know what the benefit is. You
Yeah.
started going to the gym because you knew it would work for you in
Yeah.
some way, and then you felt that.
Yeah.
And then it created that habit.
Yep. I know what it feels like not to go, and then I know what it feels like to go, and I always feel way better after I go.
Mhm.
And now I look forward. That's like my favorite part of the day is waking up and just going.
Yeah.
That's why I do it early, before any distractions, before I'm in my phone. I don't look at my phone. It's just so I mean, I caught myself yesterday looking around the gym. There was like 9. I think I counted 9 people looking down at their phone, like sitting on a machine at the equipment.
Yeah.
But there's like 9 different people like in their phones, and I'm like, man, I don't look at my phone once when I get in the gym.
Right.
I put my music in, and as soon as I get my music channel that I want, phone is down. Like if you're texting me, calling me, you're not getting an answer. You're not getting a reply. Like
Yeah.
that's my time to really go to work.
And
And
you're not like a like it's not that emergent. Most of us don't have that much need to be
no, man,
that
like
immediate.
no, your phone's gonna be there. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna be able to scroll the Facebook, log, or the Twitter log. It's all gonna be there. Like
Yep.
I don't know. I think you just gotta like really find some time throughout the day where it's just your time. Nobody can mess with you. Nobody can like that's your sacred time. If it's
Mhm.
15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour,
Yeah.
whatever you can give yourself. Like I know a lot of people have kids and finding all this stuff going on, but there's definitely ways to disappear for 15, 20, 30 minutes at a time,
Yes.
and for it just to be your time every day,
Yeah.
where you can sit with yourself, sit with your thoughts, sit with your feelings. That's where I really started to learn how to like tap into my subconscious mind, understand that runs 95% of my day, and 95% of my programming is like an unconscious set of behaviors and habits that I've developed over the years that are
Yeah.
running without me thinking about it.
Right.
So that's why I spent a lot of time thinking about what I'm thinking about, so I could really go in and rewrite
Yeah.
some of these like habits that aren't just serving me. And then, and then you sit by yourself and sit in quiet. You learn how to feel things in your body that you wouldn't feel if you were distracted all day,
Yeah.
or just like waking up and going through the motions. You'll feel that tension in your chest, or the tightness in your chest, the tension in your shoulder, or like a
Mhm.
little thing that's
Tummy
off.
ache.
It's like literally your nervous system is sending you signals all day, every day. And a lot of people just end up sick, and they're wondering like, well, shit, your nervous system was probably telling you for a week to 2 to 3 weeks that like
Years
something was
even
off.
sometimes.
You know what I mean? Like you just got to pay attention and learn how to listen.
Yeah.
But you can't if you're distracted all the time and immediately getting right in your phone as soon as you wake up. And like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough. That's all the car accidents you see on the road. Most people are looking down at their phone, can't drive and look at their phone at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some people that are very good at it. I've been very good at it
Oh my
myself.
God.
Like, you know what I mean? But I've stopped doing it like less and less. Because every single day you see like a motorcycle guy get hit or somebody.
Yeah.
There's accidents on the road way more than there used to be. It's just because
Tons.
people are distracted.
Yep.
And I don't know. If you want to learn how to connect to it, learn how the different energies, like you have to take time to think differently every day than you thought the day before, and like really ask for answers, ask for guidance, ask for find groups to get in, you know?
Yeah. And the quiet is really important. I had laid down outside for a minute, and for once all of my family was inside.
Right.
And it was so peaceful, and I was just laying there listening to the birds and the wind and everything. And I'm typically the type to ask for messages from the wind.
Yeah.
I believe when the wind blows, like the earth is whispering to us in some way, or consciousness, you know. And so I was sitting there, and all of a sudden all these things started coming in. And they were things that I've missed recently, that I haven't felt like I've been having, like downloads and insights and reminders of these beliefs that I've had that aren't serving me. And I remembered that I used to spend more time that way.
Yeah.
And what I see a lot is, for me, it was yoga. And that's where I'd say, oh, phones aren't allowed, so I can't be on my phone. And it gave me an excuse to disconnect from the world where people just can't reach me.
Yeah.
But that's even changed in the last few years. I'm seeing so many people on their phones in yoga.
That's crazy.
On the watches are going off, alarms are going off, people's are straight up texting.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
just show it for yourself for 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And pay for a class, like show up and take the class.
Yeah, like it's
that's one thing I haven't seen in breath work. I have never seen anybody on their phone during breath work.
You can't be on your phone in breath work.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had my phone in yoga next to me, and I've definitely responded, but I had a client in labor. I'm being a doula.
Yeah.
First, when you're on call, but that's the only time.
Right.
And so even in these places where we're supposed to be connecting again.
Yeah.
You're paying money, you're driving here, you're coming into the class, you're doing these movements and this meditation. Why not fully drop in?
I don't know. There's that old saying, like, wherever you are, be there.
Yes.
You know, like outside problems are going to be outside all the time, but when you step inside your house, you just leave all that stuff out there. They're very loyal. When you go into your job, leave all your house problems outside of the door of your job, because they're going to be waiting on you when you get off work.
Yep.
But I think they're very loyal. Like I said, and like I had an old boss, he's like, man, if we all put our biggest issue or our biggest problem in a brown bag, and then we all shuffle those brown bags and just like, divvy them out, you would open somebody else's bag probably and like, give me my shit back. Like, give me my problems back.
Yeah.
I had no idea you were going through that or that. You know what I mean? So, but like, they're also very loyal. So like, wherever you go, just like be there.
Yeah.
Like leave work at work, leave home at home. Like if you can learn to get out of your mind and out of your head and do that, like that alone will help you just guide your day, be less stressful.
Yeah.
Less like, just stuff going on in your mind about everything, because it's going to be there waiting.
Yeah.
It's going to be there.
Yeah. And the more you bring it to mind, right, the more it grows. And the more you're feeding that timeline. If we're going by with that whole quantum entanglement theory and the way the universe, like you said, collapses time, works for us to create around us what we focus on. Well, if you're focusing on your problems in yoga or in the gym or like 24/7, they're gonna expand. What else do you expect when you get home? Problems.
Yeah. Craziness.
Yeah. So I think we should really keep an eye on quantum entanglement and the studies, because Used to be
Yeah.
very sci-fi.
Yeah.
Now it's science.
There's a lot of studies out lately. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people diving in to a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
And it seems like the government's finally going to release a bunch of the UFO stuff that they've been sitting on forever, ever. And then if we could ever get the Vatican to open up their however many miles of books they have, that's all the universal knowledge that
The Vatican.
nobody has access to.
Because they own their own land and they're their own government.
I want to say there's 23 miles of books and knowledge underneath the Vatican that nobody can access, that nobody's allowed to go view. It's like literally humanity and like how it may have started. Like there's so many, a lot of like, I'm sure people have tried to remote view in there or something.
Oh, you can't.
They probably got people. Like,
do you think that, totally off topic, not off topic, but kind of just opinion based, do you think that they keep it because it's not what they say as far as the Catholic Church about creation?
I don't know, man. There's just a lot of shadiness in the world.
They govern their own space, just like Disney.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, and like there's been bad things that have happened at Disney. There's been bad things that have happened in churches, for sure. Hey, dude, don't do that.
For sure.
Let's not chew on those. Stop, bro. Stop.
Yeah, I think it's very intriguing that the Vatican governs their own land. Like the laws don't apply to them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When laws don't, just like, doesn't
Disney.
seem like or the super elites, you know, all these other people. Like, there's a lot of laws that don't apply to a lot of people, apparently.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's also good to, like, you know, I see a lot of people throughout the day so pissed off and bent out of shape over stuff they can't control. Like, even though it's sickening and terrifying and horrific and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like, if you just sit there and allow yourself just to get emotionally wrecked over that all day, and it's very easy to get angry over it.
Yeah,
and it's very easy to like read something else and then read something else and then keep going down the rabbit hole, and you'll keep getting more pissed and more pissed and more angry and more
scared.
Like, and horrified, whatever. But all those emotions, you got to also know how to like regulate them and process them and allow them to flow through you where they don't get stuck. Body keeps the score. Like, that stuff will like end up making you sick, and it's like now they're winning even more.
Right.
Now
then you can't do anything.
You know what I mean? It's like,
'cause you're sick too.
Yeah, it's like now you're sick because they're sick.
Yeah.
And they've caused you to get sick because your emotions have gotten stuck and blocked, and you've just gotten so angry over something you can't control. I wish we could control it. You know, I wish we could do something about it. And I think there's a lot of people that are talking about it and like bringing, you know, podcast and just talking different things. And it's, you know, I think a lot of people are not letting that stuff go away is good. But at the same time, I would just caution those people, just like, don't let that be your whole day where you're just like sitting in that trauma all day.
Yeah, we can't constantly be fighting, right? It's important to fight things that are...
Yeah, you got to do your thing, but then you like learn how to release it, process it.
Yeah.
And then get back to like focusing on, all right, what's my day look like? How does my perfect day look? What do I want it to look like? How do I want to feel? What do I want to be doing?
That's such a good point, actually, that both can exist. Activism or, you know, just, activism can exist with, like self-care and self-development. A lot of people think, I can't rest because those people can't rest, right? And it's whoever's being harmed, bombed, oppressed, whatever the case may be. Yeah. But if you don't rest, if we have a privilege here for sure. Our country has its issues like every other country, but we are privileged in the way of we do get to decide what our days look like. We do get to choose to raise our consciousness, right? Yeah. And that gives us a benefit to helping. Yeah. Instead of coming down to these people, can we bring them up? Yeah. You know, the people that are suffering and that so many people are fighting against, but we have to balance that, like you said, with your day, your life.
It's hard to keep your vibration high if you're just reading like lower vibrational material all day, or things that are making you completely angry, because that's a lower level vibration, right? Or feeling. So it's like, man, you gotta mix in the good and the bad. I think if you see some stuff that's not aligned with who you are and like really makes you angry and triggers you, so to speak, and then I would also encourage you to like find something that's very motivational, inspiring, and read that as well. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
don't just take all the day and spend it all in this area over here where it's just making you angry and like, want to kill the world. It's like, all right, so find some
Yeah.
stuff that's uplifting and like helping the world too, because you
Mm-hmm.
can find whatever you're looking for. Like,
Yes.
that's one cool thing about the internet is everything's on there. If you're looking for
Yes.
good stuff, you'll find good stuff. If you're looking for bad stuff, you'll find bad stuff. And you can get on any rabbit hole you want. So I would always encourage everybody just to like find the flip side,
Yep.
you know.
There's a YouTuber I would like to shout out real quick.
The yin and the
Um,
yang.
Sam Bentley. He does a monthly video on
Uh-huh.
YouTube that's good news of that month.
Oh, sweet.
And so he is bringing that energy that we all need. And actually, I was seeking out something positive to listen to.
Man,
And that's what came up.
in 1998, when I got my first real job and met my first mentor, I told him I was going to start a positive news network because all the news was negative. And I was like, you got an hour news show or a 30-minute news show, they may sprinkle like one 12-second feel good story in
Yes.
there about a dog that was rescued or something.
Yeah.
And then, but the rest of it's like murders, this, that. I'm like,
Mhm.
man, I can't watch it.
Yep.
Like I said, what you put in is going to come back out.
Yep.
Like what we allow into our mind and into our body will come back out at some point. So that's why it's important to like develop an awareness around your body, your consciousness, your nervous system.
Yeah.
It really regulates who you are as a person, and your personality creates your personal reality.
Yes.
So like how you think, feel, operate is like correlating what you have in your life like in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
So if like what you see in your day-to-day world is not what you really want to see or be living in, like you got to change your inner state first. And when your inner state changes, your outer state will change.
Yep. One more place or channel I want to shout out for good news is Good News Network, also on YouTube. So I'll link those in the show notes. But it's out there.
Sweet. Positive people are coming into the world.
That's right.
They're there. You just got to find them.
That's right. Okay.
Sweet. That was a good one.
That was a great one.
Quantum entanglement.
Quantum spaghetti.
Quantum spaghetti. It's crazy to think that a thought or a gut feeling could have came from some asteroid light years away.
Yeah.
Somehow, energetically, it makes no sense.
It doesn't, but is it meant to?
But it's also like, that's been proven that people like, you can have somebody here in Jacksonville, Florida, and then somebody in Australia, like the other side of the world, think something and they feel it, think it, like they receive the same thing like simultaneously at the same time.
Yep.
It's like
same frequency.
Yeah.
Just like Kyle and the volcano.
Yeah.
That was the coolest moment probably of
yeah.
breathwork.
I've had people do that when I went to a 6-week like learning how to soul travel, astral project, whatever you want to call it. It was weird. Like there was people in the room like, hey, I got some in my pocket. Tell me what it is. And I'm like, what? And then somebody else could like intuitively just knew exactly, oh, you got this. And they're like, how did you?
Yeah.
And they're like so in tune with just like the energy of the object. They can somehow like tap into it.
Yeah.
Kind of like how I was doing with us. Hey, I put a photo in the thing. Like, what's the photo of? I'm like, how are we supposed to know that, dude? But it's like, if you just like, I don't know, can connect energetically. There's so much that's not like we can't see, taste, touch, feel. It blows my mind every day. And that's like, I'm diving in every single day trying to learn, okay, wasn't my brain not thought of that I can think of today? Hang on.
Well, now next podcast, we'll come back with a remote view story because we'll try it.
Nice.
We'll try it over the week and see what happens.
We'll see what happens. All right. Peace out, y'all. Peace.